maximum marks given 40 and time allowed is 90 minutes. So we have some instruction here which should be read carefully. We have 3 sections. Each part is compulsory. From section 1, we have to attempt 16 out of 20, 16 out of 20 in B also, and 8 out of 10 in section C. Now, if you see overall, we have to attempt 40 questions out of 50. So it's a big bonus, thanks to coronavirus, that you are given this much option. So we should have a rough idea, like you are given 90 minutes and there are 40 questions. So roughly 2 and 1 4, 2 1 by 4, 9 by 4. So 2 1 by 4 means 2 minutes 15 seconds are given for one question, which is ample time. Mostly there will be questions which would be answered within 2-minute range, but there will be questions which you can answer in 15 seconds also. So if you answer in 15 seconds, you save these 2 minutes. And if there are 4 such questions which can be answered in 15 seconds, so you saved 8 minutes, right? What I mean to say is this is a time management is very important. Certain question would appear very easy for you. So you have to save time from there and invest that time in a question which looks like difficult to you. And then secondly, there are choice. We have 20 questions and out of which we have to answer only 16. So we need to be wise also about our choice. You should know how to make a choice. So this is overall very well designed question paper by CBSE and giving choices, let the student decide, let their mind work. But these 90 minutes are very, very crucial. तुम्हारी जिंदगी की ये 90 minutes, right? So 40 second, 90 minutes. So we're taking this into consideration. We'll start and we'll solve this question paper. We'll discuss. So stay with us and let's begin the journey. So here we have sine. First question is given from the inverse trigonometric function. So here we'll focus on this part, sine inverse of minus half. We know the range of sine inverse function is between minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. So here is pi by 2, this is minus pi by 2, and sine theta is half for pi by 6, but it is negative half, so it should be negative pi by 6, pi by negative 30, right? Negative pi by 6 should be that value. So once we know that this thing is negative pi by 6, okay, we are done. So what we will do is sine pi by 3 minus of minus pi by 6. Now look at this value. Pi by 3 plus pi by 6, it is like sine pi by 3 plus pi by 6. How much is this? It is sine pi by 2, sine 90, which is 1. We are done. So to explain it, taking time, but if you know you are doing it for yourself, you know you can do it much faster. Let's see the second one, which is from limits and derivative. If x is not 1, that means it is defined by this function. When x is 1, it is equal to half. That means x is 0, it is half. That means we need to find the limit of this function, and if the limit comes is equal to half, this will be continuous. They have given it is continuous. So let's find the limit. So we are going to work on limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos kx. We know this is the formula for 2 sine square x. Limit x tends to 0, 2 sine square kx divided by 2. Okay, and divided by x sine x. We know limit theta tends to 0, sine theta by theta is 1. So we'll apply this thing here. And we can easily see this thing can be written as sine x by x. I can write here. What I want is limit x tends to 0 as it is, right? 2 sine square kx by 2 divided by sine x. This is, I have sine x and I have x. I should write sine x by x so that this thing becomes 1. And this is x. So write x into x because you divided by x multiplied by x. Now this is already sine theta by theta. This can also be changed into sine theta by theta because It can be, if we multiply up and down by k square by 4, k square by 4, and up also k square by 4, this thing also becomes sine theta by theta. And now you observe that it is 2 into 1 is squared divided by 1 into k squared by 4. So it's like k squared by 2. Limit has come out to be k squared by 2. Now k squared by 2 should be equal to half. That means k squared should be equal to 1. So k should be plus minus 1. We have option plus minus 1. But remember, he said k is less than 0. So k should be negative 1. So our option is this. So we get the option for B, hk is negative 1. So this question to some student might look like a little longer. So they can actually skip this question and attempt the next one. And it's up to you which 4 questions you want to skip. But if you are okay with the concept of limit, you must have understood it very well. Now let's see this square matrix. Very, very easy question. Aij is given by, so let's write what A is equal to. It is equal to, if I is not j, this means it is Aij is equal to 1. If I equal to j, it is 0. So 1 is 0, 2 is 0. Here it is A is like this. So we want to find A square, means we want to multiply this by 1 0 0 1. So how do we multiply? Row to column. So 0 into 0, 1 into 1. So it should be 0 plus 1, which is 1. Then row to column, it should be 0. And then row in column, 1 into 0, 0 into 0. So this is also 0. A row column. So this is 1. So your answer is 1 0 0 1. So 1 0 0 1 is the identity matrix. Here it is. All right, let's see the fourth one. If is a singular matrix. See how simple this is. I think you can directly answer. The determinant of this would be 2k square minus 16, and this should be 0. Singular means, if you know the definition, singular means the determinant of the matrix is 0. So that will give you k square is equal to, no, it's not 16. 8 4 is 32. So this number is 32. That means 2k square equal to 32, k square is 16. So k should be equal to plus minus 4. See, we have easily answered this question. I mean, you can save time from this question for any question if needed. Now let's see the interval for which this function is strictly increasing. For increasing and decreasing, whenever the function comes, first of all, differentiate it. And you see the differentiation of this function is x squared is 2x and minus 4. And now substitute this, replace f dash x. Put f dash x is equal to 0. So that will give you 2x minus 4 is 0. That means x is 4 by 2, which is 2. So x is 2. Now what you are getting is this derivative. And there is only one critical point or turning point, we can say, that is x is equal to 2. At x is equal to 2, it is changing our function. So we would like to know what is the value of f dash x at x equal to 2. So f dash x at x equal to 2, because our f dash x was, or it is, we can find right here, f dash x is 2x minus 4. So what is the value of 2x minus 4 if x is less than 2? Less than 2 can be 0. If x is 0, so it is negative. If x is more than 2, say 3, for example, we can just take any number greater than 2. So let's say 3. And 3 to the 6 minus 4 should be a positive number. Now you can easily see it's strictly increasing. So if x is greater than 2, and for all over this where f dash x is positive, it will be strictly increasing. So 2 to infinity should be your answer here. And we want to know where f dash x is positive. Okay, so this is done. Let's see the next one. It says A is a square matrix of order 3 and determinant of A is given. Adjoint of A is equal to C. Now this is based on the property of determinant, and we have this formula addressed before. Adjoint of A determinant should be determinant A to power n minus 1, where n is the order. So my answer should be determinant a to power 3 minus 1, 2, right? I simply apply this formula. This is the property of determinant. We learned this theorem in, so here it is, a square means a is given minus 4 and the square of minus 4 is 16. So your option is square of minus 4 is 16. All right. So a relation R 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. Which of the following ordered pair R shall be removed to make it equivalence relation? See, we'll definitely get a question on equivalence relation. Here also you have got, and this question can be answered in less than 15 seconds. Is one of the question. Now, if you say equivalence relation, means it should be reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. So it is reflexive. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 is there. And about which should be removed, they are saying if 1, 2 is given but 2, 1 is not given, so it is not symmetric because of this. So we should remove this 1, 2. If I remove this 1, 2, then this function is okay, there is no problem. This is symmetric, this is reflexive, this is transitive. So what should be removed? 1, 2 should be removed. Now I have this question here from the matrices and determinant. Let's see how to attempt this. Now we know the two determinants are equal, then their element should be equal. So we'll write the equation, means I have 2a plus b should be this equal to 4. Similarly, I write for the another one, a minus 2b, this should be a minus 2b should be minus 3. The corresponding element should be equal, no? So now when we solve these two equations, we can say, we can multiply this by 2. So this is 4a plus 2b equal to 8. And then we have a minus 2b equal to minus 3. Add them. 5a equal to 5. A is equal to 1. So, well, you will notate that you are getting a equal to 1. So a equal to 1. Then what is b? B is 2. So a is 1, b is 2. Now similarly, just like we found a and b, we'll find c and d also. What is c? 5c minus b. I have the equation. 5c minus b is equal to how much? 11. 4c plus 3d is equal to how much? 24. So these equation we can mark. 4c plus 3d is 24. Now to simplify this equation, maybe we can multiply this equation by 3. So you said 15c minus 3d equal to 33, and 4, this is 15, okay? And then 4c plus 3d equal to 24, and then we add them. So 15 plus 4 should be 19. C is equal to this is 7 and this is 5, 57. So you get C is equal to 57 by 19, which is 3. So C is 3, then D should be how much? If you put C equal to 3 here in this equation, for example, then 5 3 is 15 minus D equal to 11. So D should be 4. So okay, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4. So just put these values here. 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4 into 2, 8. Okay, so these things get cancelled, we get 8. Our answer is 8. Yes, so this question is also complete. The point at which normal to the curve blah is perpendicular to the line this. See, we can find the slope of this line. To find the slope of this line, we can differentiate both sides with respect to x. Differentiation of 3x is 3 minus 4 dy by dx is equal to 0. So your dy by dx should be 3 by 4 because this comes here, and you can write like this, 3 equal to 4 dy by dx, and then dy by dx should be 3 by 4. Dy by dx should be 3 by 4. The slope of this line is this. We need to find which the normal to the curve this is perpendicular. We can find the slope of normal. So what is the slope of this? To find the slope of this function, y equal to x plus 1, we will find dy by dx of this, which would be derivative of x is 1, derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 by x squared. which comes out to be x squared and x squared minus 1. This is the slope of tangent to this curve. But he's saying the point at which the normal to the curve is perpendicular to this. So we need to find the slope of normal, and then we have slope of line is given over here. So if the slope of tangent is this, slope of normal would be negative reciprocal. So you can say negative of x squared by x squared minus 1 should be the slope of normal, and into the slope of this line, which is 3 by 4, should be is equal to minus 1, because they said they are perpendicular. Perpendicular means product of the slope should be negative. So this minus and minus we can cross out. Now what we are left with? We are left of this thing. 3x squared is equal to 4x squared minus 4. So let's take this for one side. 4 is equal to this 4 goes to left, x squared. So x should be plus minus 2. We can take that tan inverse x is equal to say theta. Okay, we want to write inside as sine. So if tan inverse x is theta, so x is equal to tan theta. If x is tan theta, can we change this into sec? Because sec can be changed into cos. Now 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta. So you can say sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. 1 tan is x, 1 plus x square we can say. Or sec theta would be under root of 1 plus x square. Now, what would be sine theta? Sine theta can be written as sine theta into sine theta by cos theta, no? Sine theta by cos theta is equal to tan theta, which is x. Now, sine theta into sec theta, 1 by cos can be written as sec. Sine theta into sec theta is equal to x. So the value of sec theta we can put there, and we can say sine theta is equal to x divided by sec theta. X is tan theta, of course. So there is x divided by sec theta is under root 1 plus x squared. So means if sine theta is x by 1 plus x squared, we'll get theta is equal to sine inverse of x by under root 1 plus x squared. Yes. So where do I have that answer? Because sine and sine inverse will then get cancelled. No? In place of tan inverse x, I can write this sine inverse x by 1 plus x squared. So sine inverse x by 1 plus x squared. So you get something like that. Sine inverse x by under root 1 plus x squared. This and this get cancelled. So x by 1 plus x squared should be your answer. Yes. Now, if the relation R in the set A, blah, 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 A minus B is a multiple of 4. Now, equivalence class containing 1. See, A minus B of mod of A minus B is a multiple of 4. Now see, we in the set A, we have the number starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, and up to 12. Among these numbers, what are the number when subtracted from 1 are divisible by 4? See, 1 minus 1 is 0, divisible by 4. I should get a multiple of 4. Now 1 minus 5, that is also divisible by 4. And 1 minus 9, that is also divisible by 4. The next number is 1 and 13. Because it is mod, will not make any difference in which order we take. It will always positive. And 1 minus 13, but 13 is not the number here, which will be 12, no? Which will multiple of 4. But we will not take this. So the numbers are 1, 5, and 9. So we have these numbers which belong to the equivalence class of this. Means if you take A as 1, B as 1, 1 minus 1, yes. If you take A as 1, B as 5, then you have 1 minus 5, yes, multiple of 4, and so on. You have to guess. With other numbers, you will not get with 1. With 1, you will get only these 3 numbers. When subtracted, gives a multiple of 4. It's fine. Now, if you look at this question, this is dy by dx. We have to find e to power x plus y. Now, if you look carefully, so it appears good to you. You can attempt. If it looks like it's longer, or you have, then you can leave this and move on to the next question. But here we can use a trick. Like if we divide both sides by e to power x plus y, this expression can be reduced a little bit. I mean, can be simplified a little bit. So what you are doing is you are dividing both sides by e to power x. Here you are e to power x plus y. I'm writing this one. So obviously this term, when you divide it by, it will become e to power minus y. Similarly, this term become e to power minus x, and e to power x plus y divided by e to power x plus y, which is 1. So I get this expression like this. Okay. And then you can differentiate both sides with respect to x. The derivative of e to power minus y is e to power minus y, and derivative of minus y is minus dy by dx. So minus sign out, dy by dx, and plus this is e to power minus x, and derivative of minus x is minus 1. This should be 0. So what you are getting is dy by dx is equal to negative of e to power y, no? Negative of e to power minus y, dy by dx is equal to e to power negative x. Just transpose this to the right. Negative e to power negative x, but this goes to right, become positive e to power x. So then dy by dx, which you want to find, e to power minus x divided by negative e to power minus y. So this should go in the numerator, become e to power plus y. Negative sign is already there. So your answer should be e to power negative y minus x. So do you have any option like this? E to power negative y minus x. C is your answer, right? So in this question, you needed to solve it a little bit. If you directly do it, it might get entangled. So it's a good idea to divide this by e to power x plus y and then differentiate. Okay. Divide both sides of the equation by e to power x plus y. So, well, the next question, let's see. This is also based on the concept of A and B are given of order 3 into 5, and so the matrices A and B are of order 3 into n, 5 into m. So we are adding matrix A and matrix B. That means order should be same. We can add only matrix whose order is same. That means 3 into n order is same as m into 5 order. Means number of rows in the first is 3, so in the second should also be 3. That means you got m is equal to 3. And number of column in second is n, and second is 5. That means n should be 5. And whatever we get, the matrix C, sum of these two will also have the same order. That means it should also have 3 into n, or 3m into 5, or you say 3 into 5. Because our matrix, both matrix A and B are of the order 3 into 5, C should also be of the order 3 into 5. Here we go. Yay. All right. So next we are talking about why is this? We have to find a second derivative of this. It's very easy question. So what do you have is dy by dx should be derivative of cos is sine minus 5 sine x minus 3 derivative of sine x is cos x, right? Again you differentiated d square y by dx square. So minus 5, okay. Derivative of sine x is cos x again. And minus 3, derivative of cos x is minus sine x. All right, derivative of cos x is minus sine x. So it is like minus 5 cos x and plus 3 sine x. In the option we have in term of y, can we change this in term of y? Well, if I take minus common, it becomes 5 cos x minus 3 sine x. Yeah, that means this is y. So it is minus of y. So your answer is answer A. It's a very simple question. You have just differentiate the function twice and you get the answer. Now the another one is if A is this, then adjoint of A transpose. If A is this, adjoint of A transpose is equal to. So how do we find adjoint of A for these matrices of order 2 into 2? We have this kind of matrix where we have to find adjoint. So what we do is we interchange and this column we sign change. IS, no? Interchange, sign change. So the adjoint of A will be here, adjoint of A will be interchange, 7 comes up, 2 comes down, sign change, 11 minus 5. This is adjoint of A. Now, adjoint of A transpose. What is the transpose of this? You simply write 7, 11 minus 5 and 2. 7, 11 minus 5 and 2. C is the right answer. The points of the curve this at which the tangents are parallel to y-axis. See if you know a little bit about this ellipse that we learned in class 11th. The ellipse x squared by 9 y squared by 16 is equal to 1 will look like this. And this is x-axis. This is y-axis. The ellipse will look like this. Now, if you want to draw the tangent which are parallel to y-axis, where will you draw? Here? Haha, not here. Then where? Where will you draw? Here? No. Obviously, you will draw it here. Parallel to y-axis. The tangent should be drawn at these points. These are parallel to y-axis. Look, you can see it graphically. And then that's your answer. The tangent should be drawn at plus minus 3 comma 0. So 3 comma 0 minus 3 comma 0, right? So option C is the right answer. Now, if A is a square matrix of order blah blah, determinant of A is minus 7, then evaluate this. This sigma notation stands for summation. So when we expand this, it means replace I by 1 and go up to 3. So it's like A12, capital A12, plus then A22, capital A22, plus A23, capital A23. Oh, I is 1, I think A32, right, say here, A32, A32, capital A32. Now look at this. 1 2 1 2 2 2 2 2 3 2 3 2. So when you have like this is same as we know that determinant A. Multiplying the element with its cofactor, corresponding cofactor gives you determinant A. So this value would be equal to determinant A only. So your answer is minus 7. Yes, answer is minus 7. Let's see question number 18. Again, a simple question. And y equal to log cos e to power x. So, well, what is dy by dx? So, dy by dx should be, this is, of course, log function. So, the derivative of log is 1 by x. So, it should be 1 by this function, whatever it is, cos e to power x. And into derivative of cos e to power x, which is sine e to power x, no problem. And again, this is the function of e to power x. So derivative of cos is minus sine, yes. So we should write minus sine e to power x and into derivative of e to power x, which is e to power x. So we are applying chain rule here. And our answer is minus of sine e to power x divided by cos of e to power x into e to power x. So I think this should be 10 e to power x, e to power x. So your answer is minus e to power x, 10 e to power x. You have any option like that? Minus e to power x, 10 e to power So here is your answer. Based on the given shape, shaded region as the feasible region in the graph, at which point the objective function is maximum. So when you are given objective function, simply substitute. See, this is the feasible region, so we have these 4 points. In these 4 points, you substitute value of x and y in this objective function, and you calculate. At a, for example, what you is 0, 10. So it would be 3 into 0 plus 9 into 10, 90. For at D, if you see, it is 0, 20. So this thing should be 0. 9 into 20, 180. At D, you will be getting 180. At C, if you look carefully, 15 into 3, 45. And 9 into 15. Actually, 9 into 15 is 135. So 135 should be 0, 8, 1. Here we have 180. And finally, at the D 0.55, that is 15 plus 45 should be 60. At this point, we are getting 60. Now we're saying maximum. Look, we are getting 2 points where it is maximum at C and D. So if it is maximum in these 2 points, it will be maximum everywhere in these 2 points. And we know there are infinitely many points between any 2 points. So there are infinitely many solutions. So what is the answer here? Let's see the options. So it is maximum on every point on the line segment CD. So this is the right answer. Yeah, because it was maximum at C and D. The least value of the function fx equal to 2 cos. So we were asked only 16 questions. We have done almost 20. No problem. Okay, but we should have answered only 16 and then moved on to section B. After you think you have done 16 questions, it's a good idea to move on to just attempt only 16 questions from part. And you are sure, 100% sure about those 16 questions, move on to the next section. So we are moving on to the next one. Okay. We will attempt this question later, just to make you clear with the concept. But right now we are moving on to section B, and we will aim to answer 16 questions over here as well. The function R to R is fx equal to x cube. See, the knowledge of the function, if you have drawn the graph of these functions a little bit, will help you a lot. See, if you have y equal to x cube, if x is 0, y is 0. If x is 1, y is 1. If x is 2, y is 8. Something like that. Roughly we are doing. If x is minus 1, y is minus 1. If x is minus 2, minus 8. So a function would look somewhat like this. Y equal to x cube, and we'll keep going in both directions. So the domain range is domain is also R, range is also R. Both, okay? Which is 1, 1. If you look from the graph, for every value of x, we have a unique value of y. You see, for x is equal to something here, I get unique value of y. And for every value of y, we have a value of x. We say them horizontal line test and vertical line test also. Means if you draw a horizontal line, it will intersect the graph only at one point. Also, if you draw the vertical line, that will also intersect the graph at one point only. Now this function is both 1, 1 and onto. This function is both 1, 1 and onto. This is graphical method. So we are not going too much in detail, but we know the function is 1, 1 onto here. And algebraically also we can say if fx1 is equal to fx2, we learn like that, no? That means x1 cube equal to x2 cube. Here we take this, and then this give me x1 equal to x2. This means this is 1, 1. And for onto, for every value of y in the codomain, there should be some x in the domain, right? And it is true that way also. What we take is y is equal to x cube, for example. Then y to power 1 by 3 is equal to x. That means for every y, there is a number y to power 1 by 3 in its domain. So it is onto. So you can understand this question two ways, whether it is algebraic or geometric way. but your answer is the function is 1 1 as well as 1 2. Now let's see the second question. They're asking d square second derivative. Here we need to be a little careful because we would be using chain rule and there is a parametric form as well, you see. So what you have is dy by d theta first. Your dy by d theta should be as it is. Derivative of tan theta is sec square theta, no problem. What is dx by d theta? Dx by d theta should be a sec theta is sec theta tan theta, all right? So when you want to find dy by dx, that should be dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. Now you see this square get cancelled. We get sec theta by tan theta. Sec theta is 1 by cos, tan is sin by cos. So what we can writing dy by dx is equal to b by cos theta divided by a sin theta divided by cos theta. Basically, this cos gets cancelled. You get b by a. 1 by sine means cosec theta. B by a cosec theta. Now this is dy by dx. So they're asking you d square y by dx square. So let's see, once again we differentiate it. D square y by dx square should be derivative of this, which is b by a cosec is, derivative of cosec is cosec theta cot theta. Cosec theta, let's not write it here because we will have to write the option there. So we're saying b by a cosec theta cot theta into d theta by dx, because this is a function of theta. So we write into d theta by dx. What would be d theta by dx? Reciprocal of this, d theta by dx. So d theta by dx is actually reciprocal of this, which is 1 by a sec theta tan theta. 1 by a sec theta, and we are done. We'll simplify this little bit and we'll put theta is equal to pi by 6. So it will be b by a square. You see cosec is 1 by sine and sec is 1 by cos. If you change this into cosec and sec into sine cos, and 1 by 10 is cot. So this is cot cube theta. Cot cube theta. You can simplify very easily. Now b by a square cot cube theta, and theta is pi by 6. So you can say your final answer is b by a square cot cube pi by 6, cot 30. And cot 30 is 10 pi by 3 is 1 by root 3. So cot 30 should be root 3. 3 cube. Root 3 cube means 3 root 3, right? So b by a square into 3 root 3. Did we have some negative sign? Yes, cosec is negative of cosec cot. So here we have negative sign also. Derivative of cosec theta is negative of cosec cot. And then you differentiate this and you are getting what? You are getting minus b by, okay, minus b by a square 3 root 3. So option A is the right answer. Yes? Yeah, cot theta. Option A is the right answer. Okay, so this is it. Next, the graph, the feasible reason LPP is shaded, the function this is minimum at. Again, very simple question. You simply substitute feasible region. Minimum is 0 at this point. Now feasible reason LPP shaded, the objective function this will be minimum at 2x minus 3y should be 2 into 0 minus 3 into 8 minus 24 here, and 4 to the 8 for this one, 4 comma 10. It would 4 to the 8 minus 30, right? Minus 22 here, and at here 6 comma 8, 6 to the 12 and 8 3 to 24, 12 and 24. Is that right? Simply substituting value 6 to the 12, 8 3 to 24. There should be minus 12. 6,5 finally. 6 to 12 minus 15. So it's 1. Yes. 12 minus 15 should be minus 3 here. And finally 5,0 is 10. Now we observe that it is minimum at this point 0,8, right? So there's a calculation here, but you can answer it quickly at C 0,8. All right. And remember, we have to answer only 16. Don't answer all the questions. There is no credit for extra questions. Okay. Derivative of sine inverse x with respect to this. Sine inverse with respect to this. See, what we can assume is we can assume u is equal to sine inverse of 2x under root 1 minus x squared. Let's say like this. Okay. And the second, with respect to that, we can assume that v equal to sine inverse x. Now, if v equal to sine inverse x, what I can say, x is equal to sine v, x is equal to sine v. Now put this value up here in this. So what do you get then? U is equal to sine inverse of 2 x is sine v, 2 sine v under root 1 minus sine square v, which is cos square v. We should directly write it, but okay, I'm just writing it just to make you understand. Okay, so this is sine inverse 2 sine v cos v, because this will become cos square under root and cos cancel, 2 sine v cos v. That means it is sine inverse 2 sine v cos v, which will be sine inverse sine 2v. Inverse and sine cancel, so you get u is equal to 2v. Once you get u equal to 2v, now you can differentiate both sides with respect to v. You can say du by dv is equal to 2, derivative of v with respect to v would be 1, so 2, 2 into 1, 2. So du by dv you have got, our answer is 2. Wow, wonderful. All right. So all you need to do is assume the first function as u, second as v. You have to find du by dv and see, can you relate that u and v somehow, and then differentiate both sides with respect to this function, which is v in this case. All right. So we move on to the next one now. If a is this, b is this, then which of these should be right? So from when you look at the question, you should look at the options also and see if you can figure out something from there. If you will start calculating A inverse and B inverse and then compare, it is obviously will take a lot more time, and that is not the right way either. So what you can do is, if you see the A inverse is written in term of B, or B inverse is written in term of A, this could be the answer. So what we will do is we'll find AB. Let's simply find AB, multiply A and B. What do you get? What is AB in this case? Multiply this way, this way. Will it take more time multiplying? I think it can be solved within 2 minutes, but it's your choice. If you want to skip it, then you can skip and come back to this later if you decide to solve this question as well. So, but I think, okay, in exam, I'm saying in exam you can decide. If it's taking more time, then you can leave it and move on to the next question. But right now we are doing this question. So AB is equal to, when you go like this and this, you multiply, you know how to multiply row and column. So this is 2 minus 2 and 0, 2 plus minus 2, and which is v0. So is it? Yes. Multiply this way, this into this. So 2 plus 4. It's 2 plus 4. Now we multiply. Let's write AB here. That is 2 plus 4 plus 0. And first row, second column. Okay. That is 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2, 0. That's 0. And then third one, this one, this one. So it is 1 minus 4 plus 4, 0. If you wish, you can write all that down. Plus Okay. In the second one you got, 2 minus 2 0. 2 minus 2 plus 0. Okay, second row, first column, 2 to the 4 minus 12 plus 8. All right, you take the element like this and just multiply them column wise. 2 to the 4 minus 12 plus 8. 4 minus 12 plus 8. Okay, and then this one second, so you take 4, 6 minus 4. 4 plus 6 minus 4. And then here you go, that's this one, minus 8, minus 12, and plus 20. Minus 8, minus 12, plus 20. Then you go with this row and this column. So this is 0, minus 4, plus 4. 0, minus 4, plus 4. And go like this and this. That is 0, 2, minus 2. 0 plus 2 minus 2. And finally, your first row and third column, which is 0 minus 0 minus 4 plus 10. 0 minus. You observe that you are getting AB is equal to 6, 0, 0, 0, 6, 0, 0, 0, 6, which is an identity matrix into 6. So you are getting AB is equal to 6 into I. 6i, you can write like that. If AB is 6i, now you can write B inverse in terms of A. How? Multiplying both sides by B inverse. What do you get? AB into B inverse. AB into B inverse equal to 6i into B inverse. Look, what you're getting from here? AB into B inverse is I. So A is equal to 6. I into B inverse is A equal to 6B inverse. Do you have any option like this? A equal to 6B inverse. Or you can divide both sides by 6. You can say A by 1 by 6 A is equal to B inverse. Yes, 1 by 6 A equal to B inverse. D is the correct answer. So you can mark your answer. If you feel like it will take more time, obviously you have 4 questions where you can make choice. You can decide not to solve them. So you can move on to the next one. A real function, blah, blah, blah. So it's still decreasing usually takes very less time and you should attempt these questions. So f dash x would be 3 to the 6x squared minus 6x minus 36, right? So we would factorize it, taking 6 common. It is be x squared minus x minus 6. Then 6 common again. This can be factorized into x minus 3x plus 2. Yes, we have learned factorization long back. Okay. I mean, in class, we are learning since class 7. So here we get the factors. Now we'll do the same thing. We attempted a similar question before in this paper itself. So when you have these x's, when you put f dash x is equal to 0, critical points, that will give you x is equal to 3 and minus 2. So you have minus 2 here and you have 3 here on the number line. And you want to determine the sign of f dash x if it is less than minus 2. For less than minus 2, consider minus 3. So this thing become negative, this thing become negative. Negative into negative is positive. Very easy to figure out. Now with x between minus 2 and 3, the easiest number is 0. So take x is equal to 0 there. 0 minus 3 and 0 plus 2. That should be negative, right? Minus 3 into plus 2, no? We'll get negative. But if x is more than 3, consider 4. Simply substitute 4 here. 4 minus 3 and 4 plus. So positive, positive. So positive into positive should give you positive. My question was the real function. This is now it is increasing in these two interval and decreasing in this interval. Let's see which one. Strictly increasing in minus infinity to minus 2 and strictly decreasing in minus 2 to infinity. No, we cannot say that because it is increasing from 3, you know. Strictly decreasing in minus 2. Yes, that's right. With minus 2 and 3, it is strictly decreasing. Strictly decreasing in minus 3 to infinity is not right. 3 to infinity. Strictly decreasing in minus. No, this is not right. So we have only option B, which is correct. Right. The simplest Simplest form of tan inverse. If this question looks bigger to you, you can decide to skip it for the time being, but we think we can answer this within 2 minute time frame because you must have done this question before at least couple of times, no? So it makes sense. The only this part of the domain of the function should be taken into consideration because they are saying x is between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. So we know 1 plus cos x is equal to how much? 1 plus cos x is 2 cos square x by 2. All right. And similarly, 1 minus cos x is 2 sine squared x by 2. But when pi is between x and 3 pi by 2, when you divide it by 2, pi by 2 should be less than x by 2 should be less than 3 pi by 4. If you see, your x by 2 angle should be between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. Between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2 means somewhere in second quadrant. Okay, this is pi by 2 and this is 3 pi by 2, somewhere here. In this quadrant, we know sine is positive and cos is negative. So sine would be positive, cos would be negative. That's what you should consider. Rest is fine. So this function tan inverse of this turns into tan inverse of 1 plus cos x means 2 cos square x by 2. So we should take negative. So minus under root 2 minus under root 2 cos x by 2. And this one, 1 minus sine x is 2 sine squared plus sine under root 2, of course, under root 2 sine x by 2. Because you will take that 2 outside, square and sine x will get cancelled. And this one under root 1 plus cos x means negative of under root 2. So negative of under root 2 cos x by 2 and minus this thing, this value, which is sine of x by 2 and under root 2, of course. Minus under root 2. All right. So now you can take under root 2 common, and also this is negative in the numerator. So you can take negative common from both numerator and denominator and cancel. Take negative square root 2 common and cancel it, and you get tan inverse of, what do you get? Tan inverse of cos x by 2, cos x by 2 minus sine x by 2 divided by cos x by 2 plus sine x by 2. That means now we can divide by cos both sides, numerator and denominator, just to change this into 10, because outside I have tan inverse. So inside also I want to make tan inverse. It's tan theta. So tan inverse 1 minus tan x by 2 divided by 1 plus tan x by 2. Okay. Now this is tan a minus tan b upon 1 plus tan a tan b. I can write this as 1 minus 10. 1 can be written as 10 pi by 4. So it can be written as tan inverse 10 pi by 4 minus 10x by 2 divided by 1 minus 10 pi by 4, which is 1, into 10x by 2, which is 10, this plus, right? Which is tan a minus b. So this is tan inverse of 10 pi by 4 minus x by 2. 10 and 10 inverse will get cancelled. You'll get pi by 4 minus x by 2. That is your answer. Obviously, it is taking some time. So if you decide to skip this question, it is perfectly fine. But if you have done it sometime, you will remember it, this question, that your answer was 10, 10. 10 of pi by 4 minus x means your answer was pi by 4 minus x by 2. So then you can mark it. So your answer is pi by 4 minus x by 2. Now see, this question will take relatively less time. So if we have non-singular matrix of order 3 and a square is equal to a, then the value of mod 2 determinant of 2a. So if a square equal to a, you can say a square determinant is equal to 2a. Okay. Now a square determinant is 2 determinant a. If it is of order 2, we know what we know, k into determinant A is equal to k to power n determinant of A. So this is the theorem which you should learn by heart, and then you can apply it right here for now. K to power n, because this k comes common n time from n rows or n columns, and then they become k to power n. So we'll use that. So k is 2 here. So this comes out to be A determinant square is equal to 2 to power 3, which is 8. Which is 8 determinant A. Right. We also use the determinant A square means A into A determinant, which is equal to determinant A into determinant A, which is determinant A square, right? We use that here. So fine. Now if determinant A square minus 8 times determinant A is equal to 0, you can take determinant A common, and then you get inside determinant A minus 8. What does that mean? It means either determinant A is 0 or determinant of A is 8. But he said it is non-singular. Non-singular means it cannot be 0. That means determinant of A should be 8. So what we have concluded here is determinant of A is 8. Now if determinant of A is 8, we are asked to A determinant, which would be 2 to power 3, determinant A. That means 8 into determinant A is also 8. Your answer is 64. Yes, so you can easily mark 64. Value of B for which function this is strictly decreasing. Again, see, there are questions of strictly decreasing which can be answered mostly within 30 seconds. And he's saying decreasing over R. This has to be decreasing. For decreasing or increasing, you want f dash x, which will be equal to 1 minus sine x, of course. Strictly decreasing means we want 1 minus sine x as less than 1 minus sine x should be less than 0. Is it possible for strictly decreasing? I think sine x, the value of sine x is between -1 and +1. So 1 minus a value which is between -1 less than some value between -1 and 1, right? You can say like that. So if you subtract from 1 a number which is between -1 and 1, you will always get a positive number. So you cannot get negative number. So it cannot be decreasing for any value of x. No value of x should be the answer, right? So decreasing function, no value of x. Because f dash x is always positive. 1 minus sine x is always, 1 minus sine x is always greater than 0. It cannot be negative. That's it. So this is very much fundamental question, right? Relation R in the set is given that a minus b and b greater than 6. See, b has to be greater than 6. So this cannot be my answer because b is 4 here. We can have a look at the, and a, the difference between a and b should be 2. Here is not, the difference is not 2. So this is also not my answer. Difference is 2. This is my answer. Here is also not. This is also. So I rejected all these 3. So my answer is this. So sometime we can answer the question by rejection. So read the question, read option, and see whether it is right or not. Next one. A point at which the function blah blah is continuous. Look, if I look at this function, this is linear function fx and mod function, both are continuous. So if some issue happens, it will happen at x is equal to 0 because it is defined in 2 ways. So what we'll do is we'll find f0, which is given here, which is -1, and limit x tends to 0 from negative of fx would be this function. Look, the mod of x is negative x if x is less than 0, and it is positive x if x is greater than equal to 0. So limit x tends 0 negative, mod x should be negative. Fx would be limit, this would be x tends to 0 from negative x by negative x. So these get cancelled, which is -1. So the left hand limit is also -1. And of course, right hand limit that you can see from here, which is -1 as well. So the left hand limit, right hand limit, f0, all are equal. So this function is continuous at x is equal to 0 also. So that means this function is continuous everywhere. So this is continuous in x belong to R. Now we have if a equal to this case, let's find the value. See how easy this question is. Now you have just compared this one. Ka would be this. If a is this, Ka is equal to this. Let me write Ka first. Ka would be 0, 2K, 3K minus 4K. It's like that. And then this is equal to 0, 3A. This thing is equal to this. I don't need to write it. So 2K is equal to 3A. Let me find K. 1 is 4K is 24. Because this is the fourth element. This is the fourth element. So K is equal to -6. When you get K equal to -6, you can substitute this value here. -6 into 2. 2K is equal to 3A. Means 12 is equal to, -12 equal to 3A. Right? You simply write this 2K is equal to 3A. And then -12 equal to 3A. And that means A equal to -4. If A is -4, then also you can write 3K is equal to 2B. That means 2B is equal to -18. So B is equal to -9. So B is -9. So -6, -4, -9. This is the option. -6, -4, -9. Isn't it? So this is very easy. Simply comparing two matrices, but their corresponding element should be equal and getting some simple equation and solving them. A linear programming problem given by this subject to constant blah blah blah. The feasible reason is the minimum value of z occurs at unique point, no point, infinitely, many point, 2 points. So we need to draw a little bit of this. I mean, what do we say? The constraint, we need to draw them. So if x greater than 0, y greater than 0 means first quadrant, and then we have these values. See, for the first one, for this one, if you put x is 0, y is 5, 3. X0, y is 3. If y is 0, then x is 5, 0. All right. So what you will get is 0, 3, 5, 0. Where is 0, 3? 0, 3 should look somewhere. We're drawing it roughly. 0, 3 should be somewhere here, and 5, 0 should be somewhere here. Right? Let me write the coordinate also. This is 5, 0. This is 0, 3. All right. Now this line we will draw passing through these 2 points should look somewhat like this. Roughly we are drawing, but that will give us very good idea. So this line is 3x plus 5y equal to 15. And then other line we have this one. For this also we take x and y. If 1 second. So for this equation, like this one, if I take x is equal to 0, for example, x and y. If x is 0, y would be 6, and if y is 0, x would be 9. So 0, 6 should look somewhere here, 0, 6. And then I have 9, 0. If x is 9, y is 0, somewhere here. So passing through these 2 points also, we can draw a line. This should look like this. Now it's somewhat like that, but okay. We can, using a scale, we can draw a line will pass like this. So now we need to see in the first coordinate is now which area to be shaded for the first line. If you see carefully, this line, if I check for this origin, which is 0, 0, whether this lies on this given region or not. If you put x equal to 0, y equal to 0, you get 0 is greater than 15, which is not right, which is false. 0 is not greater than, so not this side, that side of this line. And for this, if you put x equal to 0, y equal to 0, yes, 0 is less than 18. 0, 0 satisfies it. Why I'm taking 0, 0 is because this is easy to put, right? You can take any other point also, like you can take this 5, 0. You can take 0, 3, any point, but you need to shade this area. In the first quadrant, below this line and above this line. So that this is your shaded portion. And once you get this, you have the point now. This was, I think, 9, 0. 9, 0 was the point. Okay. Now, objective function is 30x plus 50y. Let us see 30x plus 50y is how much. For this point is this was 0, 6. Let us find the values, corresponding values of these at 30x plus 50y. At this value, 50 into 3, this should be 150. At this value, here 5, 0, 5 to the 15, this is also 150. And at this value, 6 into 50, here it is 300. At this value, 9 into 3, 9 3 is 27, 270. Simply substitute this value 9, 0 in this function. So we are getting to know that at these 2 points, we have the same value of objective function. So we have to minimize also. So minimum value is there only because these 2 values are more than that value. So on every point along this line, we have the same values. So what they are asking is a unique point, no point, infinity. So they will have infinitely many points, right? So then requiring to minimize this, we have infinitely many points along this line. So option C. All right. Okay, so 33rd question is also done. Now we have 34 the area of trapezium defined by this function. Then area is maximum minimum question. So area is maximized at. So what you need to do in this question when you are given 4 option already, so we can simply find f dash x. Our f dash x would be, see f dash x for this one is, we have 10 plus x means we can say first, okay, let me write f dash x on the left somewhere here. First means 10 plus x, derivative of second. Derivative of the square root function is 1 by 2 square root 100 minus x square, and into chain rule you will apply. Derivative of x square, which is minus 2x. So minus 2 and 2 should go. First derivative of second plus second, that is under root 100 minus x square. Derivative of first, which would be 1, because derivative of 10 is 0. So when we take the LCM, denominator comes 2 square root 100 minus x square. And no, actually this 2 gets cancelled. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. Under root under root 100 minus x square, and 100 minus x square, and then multiply this by minus x, you get minus 10x, you get minus x square, and this gets multiplied, which is plus 100 minus x square. So for maximum or minimum, you took, this is f dash x, you place this as 0, this should be equal to 0, means what you are getting is you are in a very simple equation now. Negative of 2x square, negative of 10x plus 100 equal to 0. Taking 2 common, you can say x squared, negative 2 common, x squared minus 5x plus 50 equal to 0. Now you can solve it for x squared minus 5x plus 50 is 0, which can be easily factorized. X minus 10, factorization we can easily do, x minus 10, x plus 5. So there are 2 values of x. X can be 10 and x can be minus. Oh, we make a mistake because when we take negative common, negative 2 common, this should be positive and this should be negative. Hello, avoid mistake. All right. So this is negative, this is positive, and then this is x plus 10, x minus 5. Please be aware. So x is minus 10 and x is equal to 5. We're getting two answers. The value of x is minus 10 and 5. What does that mean? If x is minus 10, at these two values, either the area would be maximum or it would be minimum. Let us calculate both the areas given by this function. No, let me calculate f of minus 10. F of minus 10, when you put x is equal to minus 10 in this, you get 0. Let me calculate f of 5. F of 5 would be, you put x equal to 5 in here, so we should be 10 plus 5, and under root 100 minus square of 5 is 25. So 15 square root 75. 15 is square root 75. Square root 75 can be written as 5 square root 3. 25 into 3. Yes, 5 square root 3. So 15 into 5 is square root of 3. 75 is square root of 3. All right, so you get 75 square root of 3 is the answer. This is that's where the area should be maximum, because the other at minus 10 area was coming 0. So here the option is 75 root 3. So if you find that this question is going to take more time, you can skip this question for the time being and move on to the next, because after all you have to answer 16 questions. So you can see the next one. For example, 35. A is this, so this will take relatively very less time. A square equal to A is given, so we know A plus B whole cube. What is A plus B whole cube? If we apply, this is I cube plus A cube plus B cube plus 3A square B, I square A plus 3AB square, IA square minus 7A. So just in two steps, see, I is the identity matrix, so I cube is also equal to I. A is cube can be written as A into A square. So A into A square becomes A, which can be written as A into A, and A into A is again A square, and which is, see, what I'm showing is A cube. What is A cube actually? Can be written like this, which can be written like this, and which can be written. Means A cube is also same as A. All right. I square is I, so I into A is 3A. This is 3A. And I into A square is A square only, but A square is equal to A. That we have seen, A square is same as A. It's given in the question also. So I can write it 3A and minus 7A. Now if you look carefully, plus 7A, minus 7A, and plus I. So these plus 7A, minus 7A get cancelled. You get only I. Answer of this is D. All right. Very simple. Tan inverse y equal to I. See, this question very much fundamental. If tan inverse x is y, that means he is asking you the range of tan inverse function, which is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. You don't need to do anything. You know this already. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. The next one you see 37. If a is this, b is this, then blah is a function from a to b, which the following is best defined as. Now you can little bit visualize these two functions, like here you have a, here you have b, and then what you're going is a is 1, 2, 3, and b is 4, 5, 6. And if you see 1 is associated with 4, b is 4, 5, 6, 7, b is 7 also. And 1 is associated with 4, 2 is associated with 5, 3 is related with 6, the 7 is not related with anyone. So we can easily see this is 1, 1, but this is not on 2. 1, 1 means injective. 1, 1 is injective. So it's not surjective. If it is not surjective, it cannot be bijective. Function, yeah, it is a function, but this best defined. Which one is the best defined, he's saying. So this is right, but we will not say the best definition is this, because it is telling us which kind of function is this. So this is injective functions. Our option would be B. All right. Now if A is this, look again, very simple question. 38. So that's why I said, no, you should instead of using more time in some question, which might look a little bit lengthy, you can actually go through the question paper and solve those 16 questions and choose those 16 questions which you think you can answer in least time. Now, if is this 14A inverse he's talking about, again, he's talking about first A inverse. We know A inverse is equal to adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. That's what we learned. Now, to find adjoint of A, we learned before. How do we find adjoint of A of the 2 into 2 matrix? That is interchange, exchange, right? Interchange this column, sign change this column. So what you are going is interchange these 1, 2, 3. So adjoint of is 2 here, 3 here. And sign change means 1 minus 1. So this is adjoint of A. Also, you need to find that A, means determinant of A, which is 3 to just 6 minus 1, right? 6 plus 1, which is 7. So determinant of A is 7. Now, if you use this formula to find A inverse, you get 14A inverse actually. You want to know 14A inverse. So 14A inverse will be 14 into 1 by that A means 7. And this matrix is 2 minus 1, 1, 3. When this gets cancelled 2 times, so 2 into 2 is 4. Your answer is 4, minus 2, 2, 6. 4 minus 2, 2, 6. Here it is, right? 4 minus 2, 2, 6. This is the B option. So let's say this option is B is the right option. So we just need to know how to find A inverse and then multiply that A inverse by 14. Finding A inverse is very easy. You interchange these two. You interchange them and you change sign here. Sign change. IS, no? Now let's see the next one. The point on the curve. Again, we said we will do only 16 questions for the time being. So I would like to keep this for the later explanation. Right now, let's see the 14th question here. Alpha square, I think we might have already completed, but just like see, if we have completed 16, it's okay. You can move on to section C, but here we are going to do this question as well. If A is equal to this, A square is 3I. So what would be A square? A square would be A into A. I'll multiply this by alpha, beta, and gamma minus alpha. So this first row, first column should give me alpha into alpha should be alpha square into beta gamma. And this should give me alpha beta minus alpha beta, so which is 0. Again, this into this, alpha gamma minus alpha gamma 0. This into this, beta gamma plus alpha square. So here I get beta gamma plus alpha square. This was alpha square plus beta gamma. So this thing he is saying equal to 3i. 3i means it is same as 3003. 3003. That means this value should be 3. Means alpha square plus beta gamma. Alpha square plus beta gamma should be 3. So where do we get alpha square plus beta gamma is 3? I think this is alpha square plus beta gamma is 3. C is the option, right? So what I would like to mention here is that you have to do only 16 questions. So even I mean, it's okay to leave 4 questions from the section and attempt any 16 because there were 20 questions in each section, right? In section C, you have to attempt only 8 questions. So let's see which 8 questions you would like to see. For an objective function, this the corner point of feasible region are blah 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 given. The condition on A and B is such that Z occurs in both point 30, 30, 0, 40. I think if Z occurs, maximum occurs at this and this, then the objective function should have same value at these points. So what I mean to say is at 30, 30, value of Z would be 30A plus 30B. And 0, 40, the value of Z would be at 0, 40, The value of z would be how much? 0 plus 40b. Now these two should be equal. That's all. Means 30a plus 30b should be same as 40b. Send b to the other side. So 30a should be equal to 10b. That means your b should be equal to 3a. So this 0, 0 get cancelled, no? B should be equal to 3a. Where is b equal to 3? I think the first option is b is 3a. No. Yes, that is b is equal to 3a. Right? B equal to 3a is the right answer. Now, for which value of m, the tangent to the curve this, look, it might take, if you are okay with this tangent to the curve, you have this curve, and then for what value of m, since this is a straight line which is touching this curve at one point, when you solve these two equations, you should get exactly one root, one answer, only one value of x, because this is a tangent to this curve, no? So when you solve them simultaneously, for unique solution, you know your discriminant should be 0, means b square minus 4ac should be 0, and then it gives you the value of m. But if it looks like it is taking more time, so you have choice, you can skip this, right? And you can move on to the next question. Now, in this one, is talking about the maximum value of this. Again, maximum minima, we told this is always very, very easy. For the maximum minima, you mostly get easy question. So you first, what do you do first? You get f dash x and you put that is equal to 0. So f dash x from here is, you see this is x squared minus x to power 1 by 3. So fx is, let me write fx as first, which is x squared minus x plus 1 to power 1 by 3. Now the derivative of this is nx to power 1 by 3. X is x squared minus x plus 1 to power 1 by 3 into derivative of this, which is 2x minus 1. All right, so minus n minus 1 should be minus 2 by 3, no? And this thing can be written as 2x minus 1 divided by 3 times x squared minus x plus 1 to power 2 by 3. But for maxima and minima, whatever f dash x comes, we'll put that equal to 0, 0 by 1. Cross multiply it, it means 2x minus 1 should be 0, or your x should be equal to 1 by 2. If x is 1 by 2, now you have three values. In the closed interval, we always take these three values, 0, 1, and 1 by 2. Find out where is the value maximum. See, if x is 0, this is 1, the value of fx is 1. You can say like this, f0 is equal to 1. If x is 1, then also it is 1, because x equal to 1 will give me this value 0. Now, if x is equal to half, then what value I get? Half, f half should be half and into minus half. Into minus half means minus 1 by 2 and plus 1 to power 1 by 3. So which is 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4 to power 1 by 3, which is of course a number which is less than 1, right? So he's asking about the maximum value. So the maximum value of this is here at 0 and 1, which is 1. So maximum value is 1. So this cannot be maximum. So we're getting two maximas at, and the maximum value is 1. All right. So this is done. The linear programming problem, the constant to the decision variable x, blah, 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 the feasible reason. So, well, we need to draw this. Okay. Here we are. Here we go. In the first quadrant, and x minus 3y is greater than 0 means x, if you like to draw the graph for this function, x is equal to 3y, x minus 3y equal to 0. So if x is 0, y is 0. If x is y is 1, then x is 3. Y is 1, x is 3. Somewhere here, and the line should look like this. Okay. And x equal to 3, x equal to 3 should look like somewhere like this. If this is 3, then x equal to 3. This is origin here. This is x. This is y. X minus 3y is greater than 0. Now, if you put some value of x, see, this point is 3, 0. If you put any value, say 2, 0, 1, 0, and check whether this satisfies this equation or not. If you put x equal to 1, 0 here, 1 minus 3 into 0 is greater than 0. So 1 is greater than 0, so which is fine. That means this point satisfies. So all point on this side satisfies our equation. So this is x equal to 3. This is x minus 3y equal to 0. Now you have this feasible region. So is the feasible region is not in first quadrant, is bounded in first quadrant, does not exist, unbounded in the first quadrant. So you say it is bounded in the first quadrant. It is bounded in the first quadrant. Now, if you look at this question, 1, simply x alpha is between 0 and 2 pi is given. So let us simplify this. When we find det A, he's asking about the det A. Det A would be 1 plus sine square alpha. 1 plus sine square alpha. Then minus sine alpha. And then this into this. So minus sine alpha plus sine alpha. We should be 0. And plus 1. So 1 should be sine square alpha plus 1. So 1 plus sine square alpha again. So we can see that we are getting it as 1 plus sine square alpha, 1 plus this thing becomes 0, no? 2 plus 2 sine square alpha. 2 plus 2 sine square alpha, which should be 2 plus, see, value of sine alpha is always between -1 and 1. Okay, sine theta is always between -1 and 1. When we square it, it cannot be negative then. And any number which is less than 1, its square will also be less than 1. That means 0 should be less than sine square alpha should be less than equal to 1. So plus 2 into a number which is between 0 and 1. Minimum value of this number is 0. So minimum value should be 2 plus 2 into 0, that is 2. And maximum value should be 2. Sine alpha will put equal to 1. So 2 into 2, the maximum value should be 4. So our answer should be 2 and 4 between our value, because it can be 1 also, no? So close interval. See, there are two options, open interval also. So our answer is close interval, because the sine alpha can be 1 also, and it can be 0 also, right? Here we have equal to sign. So close interval. Now we have a case study question where the fuel cost per hour for the running of the train is proportional to the square of the speed it generates in kilometer per hour. If the fuel cost is rupees 48 per hour at a speed of 16 kilometer per hour, fixed charges to run the train is 1200 per hour. Assume the speed of the train to be v kilometer per hour. Look, now what is given is the fuel cost. If I write fuel cost, okay, that is how much? Proportional to, that fuel cost is proportional to what? I'm saying the fuel cost is proportional to the speed v. So I can say that fuel cost I'm representing by C is equal to K into V. If we remove this proportionality sign, we use a constant. And we are given with a fuel cost for 48 per hour at the speed of 16 per hour. The fuel cost is rupees 48 when the speed is 16. So you can say 48 equal to 16 K into 16. So what is K? The fuel cost rupees 48 per hour at the speed of 16 kilometer per hour is proportional to the square. We made a mistake. Proportional to the square of the speed. So 16 into 16. That means K is equal to 48 divided by 16 into 16. So this 16 should get cancelled 3 times. So the K is equal to 3 by 16. Constant is 3 by 16. So what we can write is our fuel cost C is equal to K into V square, means 3 by 16 into V square. This is the cost, fuel cost. All right. All right. Then what would be the total cost? See, the total cost can be written as, what was the fuel cost? Fuel cost was 3 by 16 V square. Okay. The total cost will be 3 by 16 V square plus 1200 and into time, whatever is the time, you multiply that by time. Yes. Now let's see what the questions are. Given that the fuel cost is per hour is K times the square of the speed of the train generates in kilometer per hour, find K. So that we have done already. When C is equal to KV square, we substitute the value and we get K is equal to 3 by 16. So the answer D is the right answer. And then what we have next? The train has traveled a distance of 500 kilometer. Then the total cost of the running of the train is given by. See, when the train travel a distance of 500 kilometer, right, and its speed is V, so time is equal to distance by speed. So this many hours will be taken. If this many hours are taken, our cost will be multiplied by this value. So what was our cost before? Our cost was this value, no? 3 by 16 V square into 1200. So now our total cost going to be for that this journey, 3 by 16 V square into 1200. Let's write it. Let's write it. It would be 3 by 16 V square plus 1200 multiplied by 500 by V. So when you multiply this, 5 3 is 1500 by 16, 1500 by 16 V. Over 1 V get cancelled, and plus 12 into 500, 12 5 is 60, and 4 more zeros divided by V. That would be our total cost. Yes. All right. Let's see the option. 1500 divided by 6 lakh by V. Oh yes, we can cross out because we're not given the option here. So 1500, half is 750, again half is 375. So this is option is right. This and this is same. So that should be our cost, right? If this gets cancelled, how many times? 4 4 is 16 and 4 3 is 12, 4 7 is 4 5 is 375 by 4V. So this would be the cost, total cost for running 500 kilometer. All right. So next is the most economical speed to run the train. Most economical speed means this costing you want to minimize. Okay. So differentiate it. Differentiation of this would be 375 by 4, and derivative of 1 by V is minus 1 by V square. We have been doing it so many times now. By now it must have been memorized, so we can directly use it. So there is 6 lakh by V square, and this thing should be 0 because What we are doing is we are differentiating this function. This is a function of v, fv. We are finding f dash v, and f dash v is equal to 0. That means when we take LCM 4v square, now this is 375v square minus 6 into 4 should be 24 lakh. That should be 0. This is 0 means what we are getting is 375v square minus 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your v square equal to 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divided by 375. How much you get? When you cancel this, you can cross it out. So how much? 5, 7 is 35. 5, 5 is 25. 5, 4 is 20. 5, 8 is 40. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 again. 1, 5, 15. And 5, 9 is 45. Then 30. 5, 6 is 30. Then 1, 2, 3. Now the 15 again 5, 5, 3 is 5, 2 is 10. Sorry, 5, 1 is 5. 5, 5, 7 is 5, 9 is and 5, 2 is and double 0. And then again this is 3, 6 is 3, 4 is 6400. So you get v square is equal to 6400. That means v is equal to 80. So v square is 6400 means square root of 6400 is 80. So you get most economically seat at 80. The fuel cost for the train to travel 500 km at the most economical speed coming out to be, see, in the total cost, the first part is the fuel cost. You simply can substitute the value of v here. That is 375 by 4 into 80. That will give you 7,500. Okay. And finally, the most economical speed to run the train is 80. Cost is 7,500. And then the total cost of the train to travel 500 km at the most economic speed. So, okay, obviously you have to put value of v in this expression, you get the answer, right? This which you have already got 7,500 plus this value also. This is other cost, no? 6,000, 6 lakh 2, 3, 4, 5 divided by 80. This is the other cost that also you find and add in this, or simply put the value of v in this expression, whatever you like to do. So this 8, 7, 5, 0, 750. So you get 750 here, one more 0, 7,500 here, 7,500 here. It comes out to be 15,000. The total cost is 15,000. Here it is. 15,000. All right. I think you've answered 8 questions already, right? So we need to answer only 8 questions, though no extra credit for attempting other more than 8 questions from the section, this section, section C. So the question paper is done. We have answered actually more than the question that need to be answered, but you can answer only 40 questions. So that's all. We'll see you in the next session. Till then, take care and enjoy this.